everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of Office Chats at Alderford, a podcast about everything that goes on in our not-so-normal office, from food to paddleboarding to hosting a festival. Follow along for all the juicy behind the scenes. So, today I am joined by Rob, Kelly and Alice, and we are going to be talking about how Alderford came to be what it is today. So, just as context, who are you and what do you do here? Rob?
Not Rob. So I suppose I was born and bred here. It's been in the family from the day I was born, and I've fallen into it by accident, I suppose. Not literally, but...
Kelly?
So I probably again fell into it by accident a little bit. But yeah, I've been here about 2.5 years. So
Longer than that.
Yeah, you said 2.5 years yesterday.
But I've been here almost 3 years, because I'm coming up 3 years in July.
I just forget COVID, I think. So 4 years, probably?
Yeah, probably 4 years. Huh?
4.5, yeah. Yeah. That's 4 years of my life.
Alice, who are you?
No, actually, no. So,
That's a whole counselling session, let's
yeah,
Yeah. Release all our problems.
I've been here over 8 years now.
Wow.
So yeah, literally made to stay, I think. Hopefully, anyway.
You only actually came for 2 days.
Yeah, I did. 2 days on the dishwasher, and I was like, nah, can't work with Lynn. Can't work here. That's it. 8 years later, and I'm like, when am I ever going to leave?
So you guys have kind of all played key, or you do play still to this day, key and defining roles in the business. But if we take it back to where we very first started, like how did Alderford become a business, and like how have we gotten to the point where we are today, where we've got paddleboarding, we've got a lakeside kitchen, we've got lakeside takeaway, we've got everything out on the lake really, and there's a festival on the way as well, or second year of festival. Rob?
How did it come about?
Yeah, like what was your motivation for starting all this?
A lady in Tasmania said, she just gave me a kick up the arse and said, why don't you open a cafe?
Okay.
And sort of seemed like a good idea at the time. 2 days before opening, we'd still got no chairs and tables. I'd got no staff or anything. Saw Lynn in Tesco's and I said, oh, what are you doing? And she was like, nothing at the moment. So said, oh, do you fancy coming in and helping out? So
What were Lynn's words? Oh, I won't be able to work for him. He's got no humour.
yeah, he's a miserable old sod. I can't work for him, but I'll do it for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lynn came, and the two of us. So I did coffees and waited tables, washed up. Lynn did food. Pretty simple, and yeah, we sort of just opened the doors, and it's gone from there. So yeah, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, but no, it's good. Lynn's still knocking about 12 years later. So
she keeps trying to leave, doesn't she?
She's trying to go, but we keep pulling her back.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
So, Cal, what point did you come in? Well, Alice probably first, because you were here before Cal. What point did you come into the business?
Well, I just came in on the dishwasher. My friend brought me in for the day because Lynn had no staff.
Yeah.
I had no job at the time. They were like, come on, you can do a shift. So I came in, and well, again, Lynn said, Rob, I can't work with her, she's too annoying. She's too loud and annoying.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just kept working myself way up.
Yeah.
And then when Lynn left, I took over from Lynn.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and then it just went mental, and then Cal came.
So at what point did you enter the business though, Cal?
So I just started working for myself actually, and I was doing a little bit of work for Adrian, who had the marquee here at the time, just with weddings and things like that, which was my background. And COVID hit.
Yeah.
No weddings happened, and I kind of said to Rob, "Give me a chance." And he was like, "No." No, and he did, and yeah, the rest is history, really.
Yeah. So at what point so you said you started as a cafe, Rob?
Yeah.
At what point did we move into sort of the lake side of it? Because obviously there's so much goes on the water nowadays. At what point was it like, oh, maybe we should utilise the lake?
It was always a real hindrance to me and Lynn, because we were busy in the cafe and people wanted to come swimming, and it was like, oh well, insurance and blah, blah, blah. And so we sort of got to a point where people had to fill in a form, and it was all on honesty. And it was looking back as to where we are today, as to how we started. But we almost stopped it after 3 or 4 years because the insurance was costing us more than we were getting in swimming. And the water quality testing and that side of it. But then I think just the growth of wild swimming is nothing to do with anything we've done. Just nationally or globally, wild swimming has gone crazy, and on the back of that has then come paddle sports and whatever you say. I think it's by accident. It's certainly not been a big master plan of marketing. That's how it's going to be. But we sort of find ourselves in a position where it works really well, and we've got it so much safer than it used to be.
Yeah, definitely. So what would you say is like, what moment was the turning point in the business sort of thing? So you mentioned, like, would you say it was COVID in that that's when everything picked up with paddle sports and everything like that? Or would you say it's another defining moment that was like, now it's grown into what it is today? Because it was very small before. Like, I remember when I started and it was just that little aqua park. When was it?
Definitely COVID.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I think that was a massive time for us, I think. Looking back now, compared to what we were like, and then all of a sudden we were seeing thousands of people coming down the drive, and we were having to turn all these people away. We were like, when did we get to the point that everyone knows where we are? Yeah. And it was just one of those moments that I was like, oh, what is happening?
I think the start of COVID was absolutely bricking it.
Yeah.
How do you stay afloat? But then when things started to open up a bit and we were the outdoor destination, we were literally spinning on a hamster wheel and just didn't know what we were doing from...
No. We were queuing up on the road. It was that point, wasn't it, where...
I remember getting a call at home going, Kelly, the queue into the roundabout. I was like, what?
Yeah, no.
And then you were like, I can't get in because the queue into the roundabout.
And I was running up and down the main road. You can't park here.
It wasn't funny at the time.
Yeah, I remember bringing you nearly in tears. Like, Rob, I can't cope with this. But it was good.
I feel we handle a lot of people a lot better now than we probably did.
We've got the systems in place and everything like that now.
Yeah. COVID taught us so much.
Yeah.
So much.
What would you say the biggest lesson you learned from COVID is?
Me?
Yeah. Or any of you. You can all answer this question.
I know what yours is probably going to be.
No, go on, what's mine? I just think people just appreciate the outdoors a bit more.
Yeah.
People just appreciated that as soon as you stop somebody from doing something,
you want to do it even more, don't you?
Yeah. But like you say, we were turning people away and it was like, oh no, sorry, you can't come in. Well, we've come from Yorkshire. Well, sorry, you've done what? And it was
How many counties have you travelled through?
Yeah, exactly.
We all did
I've worked all the way from Barnsley. I was like, But it was that though, it was people were realising how special this place was. Do you know what I mean? Whereas before, like, people did appreciate things, but from far away, it was nice. Do you know what I mean?
And it's almost become more of a tourist destination nowadays, isn't it? Like, people on a day-to-day basis do generally travel quite far, particularly in summer.
Yeah, a lot of people from Liverpool. And,
I suppose we're only an hour away from there, aren't we?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a positive out of a negative situation.
I don't think there's been any one major turning point now. It's all. It might have seemed like it at a time, but actually, you go back, we've probably had lots of little turning points as well, and we've tried to react to all of them.
Yeah.
I would suggest, rather than, COVID was probably the biggest, but we were, we're still sort of doing things before that as well, and I could see it was changing then.
Yeah. There was plans kind of in place, wasn't there, for everything that it is now. It just maybe happened slightly different than we planned it. Yeah.
What would you say your highlight moment has been from working here, from working through the business and stuff?
I think mine's probably got to be Alderford last year.
Yeah.
As much as it gives me great.
As much as it's
just standing there, watching, everything go on. And,
That's what you do most days, Cal.
Yeah. I think that's probably And to be fair, actually, another one is the team. I know we go on about
Yeah.
the team here, but I've never worked with a team that A, get on most of the time, and B, just have each other's backs.
Yeah.
Never ever experienced that before, so I think that's a massive thing that we've all got to be proud of as well.
Yeah, definitely. Alex, what would you say? Or Rob?
I don't know, I can't really... Go, you go first.
No, you go first.
Um,
I don't know if I can put it down to one highlight
I've got
moment.
loads in my
Oh,
head.
reel some off then. Go on.
Well,
It doesn't have to be one.
How drunk you were at a staff party?
I was gonna
yeah,
say,
probably.
staff party.
one big thing for me is the team. I've always been very much team is like a family.
Yeah.
Since I joined and everything, it stems from you and Lynn really. And then I think when I took over from Lynn, that was a massive achievement for me.
Yeah.
I always looked up to her.
Yeah.
Tell us about your relationship with Lynn.
Nah.
She'll start crying.
Yeah. So no, and then the farm shop, opening the farm shop, that was a big one. Opening the cafe back up,
Yeah.
doing the takeaway. There's loads.
There's
I
loads.
doing off everything.
Yeah.
Takeaway in the bar, that was really fun.
Yeah.
And then Alderfest, even just setting up the bars and things like that, and serving that many people a day.
VIP was
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah, that's what I mean as well. It's just constantly getting out of my comfort zone and doing something new that I haven't actually done before.
Yeah.
So it's always
Kind of figuring it out as you go.
basically winging it, as I like to call it.
There's a lot of winging it in this place, isn't there?
No, we plan.
Yeah, we plan.
Yeah.
That's
We
it.
react. That's what we do.
We react.
We react quickly to things.
Yeah.
I'd like to say rather than winging it.
Make a plan and stick to it.
Yeah.
Is the motto that never sticks.
Andy?
Definitely.
Rob, anything from you?
Two highlight moments, both from last year. Standing outside VIP at Alderfest, fireworks sort of just finished, and just sort of looking around and going, oh God, we've sort of actually done it.
Yeah.
And everybody bouncing and just
It was
the buzz
Yeah.
about the place.
There was such a
To
good
be fair,
atmosphere,
the
wasn't
staff
there?
absolutely love working as well, and I think that created it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
we're trying to put staff on short shifts and they're all like, no, we want to be here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you need
You need a break.
Yeah.
And I think also staff party
Yeah.
last year skating.
The ice skating stuff.
Well,
Oh,
this year was it? I
Yeah.
can't even remember. This
Dancing on ice.
So we did the challenge of dancing on ice, and to see people that wouldn't normally work together come in and dancing on ice with somebody.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious, but you know, the fact that we were at our own skating rink with, like, I don't know, 80 people on the ice that were all worked here and just
I think a lot of the teams, like, people probably don't see it as much, but the teams are quite split, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're divided on because of how we manage it internally, and it is so nice to see them come together at the staff and get to know each other as well.
Yeah.
Probably some maybe a bit too much. That's for another day.
outside suppliers and all sorts.
Yeah.
Good buzz.
Good buzz. Yeah, I think Christmas, at least from a staff's perspective, like everyone throughout Christmas always said, like having the chalets and the ice skating next to each other, that brought like the inside team and the outside team definitely a lot closer.
Yeah.
And like you go up and you, like the takeaway as well, like things being outside more now, you go up and you have a chat who you get your lunch from and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like this, although they're still divided, I think they're slowly coming together more, definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
And everyone's kind of, there's not as much as segregation as such.
I can see James doing a shift on the aqua park, you know, just to kind of...
Definitely not. Stays in the kitchen where he belongs.
I'm not stealing any more of your stuff.
No, definitely not.
What would you say your biggest fuck up is?
Oh, I'll tell you in about 3 months.
Is there anything you've gone? I mean, there's always ones day to day where it's like, oh, whoops. But anything big where you've gone, probably shouldn't have done that.
What about double booking Alderfest?
I didn't actually do that.
No? Did I not say, don't do anything, just hang fire, let's just check everything.
You tell me to make decisions. I made a decision.
Not putting your own registration number into the AMPR.
Yeah, that's probably quite a big fuck up, yeah. And when I had a hire car, I didn't put that into the AMPR either.
How many parking fines did you get from that one?
3. We get them as well. Alice?
What can I say? I don't really do anything.
Oh, you're perfect.
What about when you put the takeaway in the wrong direction?
Takeaway in the wrong direction?
Isn't it pointing towards the lake?
Would that not more go to Rob?
That was more Rob.
Yeah, I agree.
Him and his silly idea.
Oh, hang on, here comes a bus. Why don't you just throw me under that?
You walk in every Monday meeting and say I fucked up.
I think my biggest one was when I misplaced £1,000. It was bonfire night.
Just what you said?
No, it was. I went to go get change from the post office,
Yeah.
and then I came back and counted it, and I looked at Liz, and I was listening to tears. She was like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I'm missing £1,000." She was like, "How are you missing £1,000?" And I was like, "Well, it's not here." To be fair, I'm still blaming it to this day. Whatever you do, don't tell Rob. Rob walks in front of me, he's like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I've lost £1,000." Found it.
Well
It was at
done.
the post office the rest of it. Gave me too much money.
Okay.
Just leaving it there safe.
Yeah. In a safe place.
Didn't you have a funeral tea one day or something as well, booked in, that you'd forgotten about?
Probably.
And then they all started coming down the drive, and there was a lot of sandwiches made very, very quickly. And a lot of cake, and the place was literally changed within about 30 seconds.
This was a long time ago down there. We're
Yeah,
a lot more organised now.
Yeah.
Because you sent Lucy Anderson out to store
Oh,
them.
yeah. I think they ended up with Mr.
No, it wasn't a funeral tea, but it was something you'd forgotten about.
Yeah.
There's more
Can I
systems.
just say that was about 5 years ago and I'm still learning.
There's a lot more systems in place now, so we don't forget these things. Anything from you, Rob?
I've made loads on a daily basis. I don't know. You guys probably know what I've got wrong more than me.
To be fair, that your measurements aren't great.
Oh yeah, tell the story.
How is that 3-inch bed?
I was just about to say, tell the story of the bed, shall we?
No, a 6-inch bed. Or a 6-inch bed. Not a 6-foot one, Alice? No,
It was for
6-inch
your
bed.
Sylvanian families, wasn't it, Alice? What? I can't. Oh. I don't know. You probably don't, because you probably don't share them with us. Like we have to share them with you. Whereas you can probably like put yours onto the table a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. I try and keep my mistakes to myself.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You did well when Sophie asked you this yesterday. You did say something else.
I can't remember. Did I?
Yeah.
You said hiring Kelly. Was your biggest
I wouldn't
bugger.
say that publicly. No, that was one of the good things, wasn't it?
Well, I feel like one thing about this place is you can't really hide your fuck ups. Like, because everyone's so nice, there's like so much honesty in the team and there's so much trust between each other that if you do fuck up, you can't hide it. Or at least I can't go to Rob and be like, I lie blatantly to your face.
Yeah.
So, same with you and Kelly and Alice, but like, there's so much honesty and so much trust between the team.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, it's probably too much sometimes.
I'd rather that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that people come up to me and like, "Oh, Alex, I've done this," and I'm like, "It's all right. Okay, it's not okay, but it's all right because you've been honest about it, and that's what we're all about."
And I think that's the thing, that even like with me and you and the bigger decisions, if we have messed something up, I'm not. I feel more, I suppose, annoyed at myself than actually going to Rob and telling him that whatever I've done.
It's a bit like I came in the office yesterday afternoon and there's Zoe, Danny and Soph all round a laptop. And it's like, oh, what are you doing? Well, Soph's trying to buy some new sunglasses. And we're online and we're looking to see what these sunglasses look like. I thought it was like, oh, busy then. Busy.
I did actually go home and buy those sunglasses. So it was a very productive afternoon in terms of my personal life goals.
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
It's all right. Zoe and Danny helped me make the decision. So don't worry, everyone be safe on the water this season because my eyes won't be hurt.
Was I buying you protective sunglasses?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
that's what it was. So I don't get cataract being out.
Work, isn't it? With
exactly,
you?
PPE it was.
Yeah. Well done.
That's so good.
What would you say the hardest moment has been in business? Either financially or like personally?
COVID.
Yeah.
Closing the door on I think it was a Monday, and literally waving goodbye to everybody and saying, I don't know what's happening here, but apparently we've got to close and you've all got to go home.
Yeah.
And it was just weird.
Wasn't like hadn't
we closed it.
We were
It was
waiting.
Mother's Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were waiting because like they were announcing this, they were announcing that, and then I remember like I think we stood there and were like, no, I think there was 2 people who come in the cafe.
I can remember kneeling and someone else sat on all separate tables in the cafe.
Yeah.
And we were like, what should we do today?
Yeah, yeah. I think I was in the office, and then I think you turned around and said, "Well, what's the point?"
It was a bit like, because being a farmer, it's a bit like that farming analogy of a dairy farmer losing all his stock.
Yeah.
And literally to be here on your own and no staff, no people, nothing. It was just like, it wasn't even the same as it being closed of an evening. It was just weird. Considering we've been open for 10 years at a time or something like that. Horrible.
Mm.
What was the question?
Hardest moment. So, COVID. Alice, would you say COVID as well, or something different?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same for you, Kel, or?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't employed then here for me. So I was only self-employed, I think, wasn't I? So I suppose I didn't see it then like I see it now.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I just did kind of ad hoc marketing for you, didn't I?
Is that what it was?
Something like that. So, yeah, I think for me is that fighting with yourself constantly to know if you're doing enough, doing the right, making the right decisions, especially in the role we're in now, and trying to constantly better everything.
Yeah.
And just knowing when things are right or wrong.
Yeah. Definitely.
Something like that.
That's a terrible answer.
I was like, you're waffling.
I think
now.
I overthought it too much.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You go too deep down.
That's just me though, isn't it?
Alice is like, burn some scones.
Bit top.
Surely blue-green algae, when we had that, was one of them, in that. Or would you not say so much?
Yeah, I was on holiday.
Again.
I go away for a week.
Yeah, we're like, gosh, you're all in
I go away for a week. I get a phone call saying, we're about to close the lake. Is that okay?
Yeah, that was tough.
Luckily, it didn't last too long. It was only like a week and a half, 2 weeks. But those things can last a while, can't they? So that
do you want to ring Rob? He'll take it better from you. I was like, what?
Where were you? I can't remember. You were actually away?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that wasn't pleasant. And because you can't do anything with it.
You can't.
And you're like...
Waiting.
Yeah. Every day you come in and it looks worse. And you're like, what? You're having to... Oh, yeah, that wasn't pleasant thinking about it.
No, it wasn't nice.
Look at the data. What does the data tell you?
What's Power BI saying?
Oh, don't talk to me about Power BI. My dashboard's looking cool today, though.
Is it? You've got your colour scheme going now?
Yeah.
Is everyone?
Branded colours, everything.
Ooh, get you. What aspect of the business do you pride yourself on most?
Staff.
Yeah.
What specifically about the staff?
Get on.
Yeah?
My team's the best. Sorry, Cal.
Starting beef now.
Our team's the best.
Our team, yeah.
We're not segregated.
Hospitality.
So, for people that don't know, hospitality and activities are split.
Yeah.
So, Alice manages hospitality and I manage activities.
Yeah.
And we have a bit of rivalry going.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
We have a bit of rivalry going, but we've reduced that rivalry now, haven't we? And
Yeah, we're one big family.
we're one big family, and we all get on very well.
Yeah. What would you say? What would you describe the vibe like in your teams? Like, what would you describe hospitality's vibe like? Obviously, I don't know hospitality because I
Not
don't
to
know
100.
I don't know. You know when you, no matter who you're working with or what their background is or anything like that, or whether they've been here a couple of days or they've been here for 4 years, it just, everyone just bounces off each other. It's like you can have fun but do the job at the same time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like you're coming into work because it's like we all go out nights out and we got in on a Friday, we go to the pub together, and it's knowing that every single person on your team has got your back.
Yeah.
No matter what. If you're having a really busy day and someone cracks a joke, and that's the best time for me because then everyone starts laughing and it's like we're all in it together.
Yeah.
It is just one family.
Yeah.
And that's what. Just, bouncing off each other. It's good. I love it.
Cal?
Yeah, no, I kind of agree, really. I suppose for us, over the last few months, we haven't seen like what Alice has seen, obviously, because they're constantly going with the cafe and everything out. Whereas for us, our team, January to kind of April, reduces massively. To kind of 4 or 5 people, sat in an office day in, day out. Whereas most of those people, including yourself, are used to being outside.
Yeah,
quite a big transformation to get used to just being in an office. Yeah. But I feel that everyone, is there to support each other. And if someone's having a down day, you're supported, but you're also allowed to have that down day as well. Yeah. So like to get yourself kind of back to scratch, and you can look at Oakley sunglasses when you work. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know.
You were doing your Christmas shopping on the 23rd in the office.
I was. But that was because I worked that many days. I didn't have any time to do Christmas shopping.
I went to Tommy Hilfiger and spent money on the website.
Hold on a minute. You went to Tommy Hilfiger and bought what? Work hard? Come on.
Clothes.
What kind of clothes? What kind of clothes?
Just clothes.
Was it lingerie, Alex?
No, it was not.
I'm pretty sure you came into the office.
Apparently, I'm buying Alice's work pants. A bit like I'm buying your sunglasses.
That was one of my mistakes. Wasn't it? I rang him straight away and I was like, I've done something.
Did the week after as well? You go shopping just to Sainsbury's, and you're like, oh shit, I'm put on the work card.
Again, I've done it again.
Rachel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just all working together and just being there for each other, and
lovely. Yeah, there definitely is a good vibe throughout both teams, and like it's very chilled, it's very laid back. Like everyone, that you were saying earlier, Alice, everyone has each other's backs, and if someone's having a down day, no one's going to be like, get your ass into it, come on, do your work. It'd be like, all right, take 5.
And everyone will help out as well. Like how many times have you helped us out with staff when we've been low on different things?
And then like you helped me out the other week.
So definitely. I think that's a massive thing. That's definitely we've seen more over the last 6 months. Yeah.
What sort of a bank holiday, Alice?
I haven't checked yet. It's on the to-do list.
Yeah. When's bank holiday?
Monday.
Next week?
Yeah.
No,
a week on.
A week on Monday.
Is it? Anyway, sorry.
This is a podcast, not about work chat
Sorry.
right now. More specifically to you, Rob, have you ever thought about giving up and throwing in the towel?
4 or 5 times a day.
Every time someone brings you a problem?
He'd miss me and Alice too much if he did that.
Yeah, of course you
just
do.
Nick's on the table.
He doesn't like me, just respects me, doesn't it?
There's always moments where you think, actually, I'm done with this. Yeah. But it's a bad day. It's not a bad
job.
Yeah. And of course, you always get those days, but they're few and far between. Yeah. I enjoy it way more now that these guys have got everything in hand. Yeah. There's a real difficult bit between, I don't know, probably 20 and 50 staff where you're trying to do everything yourself. Mm-hmm. But I think that's where probably COVID helped when we went from 50 staff to 150 staff. Yeah. All of a sudden, you certainly can't do that yourself, so you need a management team to sort it. and actually that's when it's just got easier.
Yeah.
So, yeah, probably the worst point was probably, I don't know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when we were sort of still at that transitional, trying to get bigger, trying to do more, and then COVID kind of just blew it all out of the water.
Yeah.
But then that created its own problems because we'd got 150 staff and that wasn't working. So that's when we sort of had to go back and sort out the team. And now I think we've sorted the team out. You know, I don't really manage anybody anymore. It's just sort of all happens, doesn't it?
You hide away on the maintenance team.
Exactly. Hiding away. I'm doing maintenance.
Wow. What goals do you guys have for Alderford? What would you like to see us achieve? Alice from the hospitality side, Kel from activities, or Rob? Bigger kitchen.
That's on the list. That's been on the list for the past 8 years.
And then I say, do you want a bigger kitchen? She goes, no, we're all right in a minute.
I think to remain like a destination that people know, I suppose for people to understand us more in a way as what we do and what we're trying to do. And I'm not going to go too deep because I've always said I've gone too deep, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
Don't feel like you're being bullied.
I am bullied in the workplace.
You fudge the answers any which way you like, Cal.
Oh, let me get the violin out.
We do all get on.
We promise. Okay, so
I think they both probably know the answers to that question, but they're just being too shy and they're not telling you.
All right then.
I don't know
Keeping your cards close to your chest.
What is it?
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think
so we haven't got a BHAG.
All right,
yeah. Happy changing days.
Sorry, Andy.
We haven't got a business strategy.
Oh, have we? Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Do you know what a BHAG stands for?
No, but you told me what it is in my appraisal.
Yeah, but do you know what the actual BHAG stands for? Big, hairy, audacious goal.
Oh.
So you know.
Oh, thank you in advance.
It's all right, anytime.
Anyone wanting to start a business out there, you need a BHAG.
You need a BHAG.
I thought it was Big Hairy Alex. I know.
Audacious goal. Big hairy. Oh dear.
All right, final question for you all then. What advice would you give to someone who's wanting to start a business?
Go on.
If someone's wanting to start Cafe Alice, what advice would you give them to like running it? And
what do you say, Rob?
She's asking you, she's not asking me.
No, what do you say? That your line in life is like, if you love your job, you don't work a day. Yeah.
If you find something that you love,
You don't work a day.
Yeah.
you'll never have to work a day.
And like, I have such a love-hate thing for it. But most of the time, anyone asks you, like, I love the place more than anything. So it's like, it's just having the passion. And the more passion you have about something, you're going to make it a success because that's what you think about. You know what I mean? I basically live here. Eat, sleep, breathe, all of it. Yeah.
If Alice wasn't eating and drinking here 3 meals a day,
I don't
a fortune.
Yeah, it's good fun actually.
what are we going to do when you get married? You'll be gone for a week. The place is going to fall apart.
I know. Tell me about it.
I think you've got to believe in it as well and believe in what you're offering and have the confidence in what you're offering at what price you offer it, whatever, because you know why you chose that and there's reasons behind that. Yeah. And I think if you believe in it, then other people will see it as well.
Yeah. It's not listening too much to negative,
Yeah. We're never going to please everybody. No. Never, ever, whatever you do.
That's one thing in the team that probably we struggle with a bit.
Yeah.
Is listening to the negative rather than all the
positive.
Hundreds of comments of positive. If we get one negative, we all dwell. But then it's just having that you just
Yeah.
And I think because we are such a close team, it does genuinely affect us when we get the negative.
Yeah.
You know, you do go home and think about it because of the passion we have for the business and our teams have for the business. But that's another story, isn't it?
What was the question?
Got to starting out of the business, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which that is it, because you're going to have negatives when you start out, aren't you?
Yeah. You know, people don't think you should do it.
And people think you can do it better. People think they know how to do it better when they never done it.
People don't necessarily always consider all the overheads that you've got with it as well that just come into it.
Yeah, and the thing is that you're not going to get everything right all the time.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And like,
we're just people.
it's just the way. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? We're still learning.
Yeah.
We also do pride ourselves, I suppose, on promoting from within, as in when we see, it doesn't necessarily matter what's on your CV.
Yeah.
It matters what that person's like, because you can teach a lot of things. You can't teach common sense or
hard graft.
And I think
half the time, and Rob, we get a CV and it's got like all A stars and whatever, and it's like
Sophie's was.
Mine was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, not sure about that. She looks too well educated.
Too well educated.
Yeah, too educated.
If you've got no GCSEs, come and work here.
I tell you what though, seeing the staff, you know, some people that really don't know what to do, and seeing them come on and actually end up being really important roles in the business is incredible.
Yeah, I think any advice to anybody starting, just be prepared to have a few failures.
Yeah.
Because the person that succeeds at everything hasn't been born yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, be prepared to get stuff wrong.
Yeah.
When we started here, we bought all the chairs and tables, and everything we did was like, right, if it all goes wrong, how much are we going to sell these for? You know, everything for the first 5 years was like, oh, well, if we do that when it goes wrong, what will we get? You know, we? And I think we did that for 5 years, and then it was like, right, okay, we're going to start doing things.
Yeah.
It looks like it's working, so let's go with it. But yeah, I think be prepared to have a few failures. You don't get it all right.
Yeah.
And admit when you get it wrong.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, all of you, for your time. It was lovely having a chat. Did you enjoy yourselves?
We did.
Yeah.
Very.
Loved it. So glad you dragged me in.
It's weird. It's weird.
They all kind of got forced into a little bit.
We're having to be nice and
just say
smiley.
how professional I was on this.
Very little swear words came out your mouth. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and follow along for the next episode. Bye.